So, now we go on to Fate of the Furious. One of the last ones I have to do. I have to do Hobbs and Shaw yet, but this is the last of the main Fast and the Furious movies I have to do. And I remember when the trailers came out for this, it was so confusing, because it showed Dominic turning against his family. He doesn't do that. And right away I was like, what are they doing? Paul Walker's gone, 5 minutes? And now they're fucking up the franchise. But how they did it, they give a reason for why he turns on them. So there's that. But the reason they give is confusing when you look at the timeline and the continuity. So what is the story? The story is Dominic's on his honeymoon when he's approached by Cypher, played by Charlize Theron. And he is forced to work with her because of something she has that was not known to at first. And he turns on his team, causing Hobbs to be sent to jail. And the rest of the team has to figure out what's going on and try to stop Dominic. First and foremost, Hobbs going to jail is the most bullshit way to get Deckard Shaw into this movie. So, Mr. Nobody, Kurt Russell's character, tells Hobbs during this little mission I got going that it's off the books. So if he fucks up, he's going to jail. Right away, I'm sitting going, that's bullshit. It's a government job. Why would it be off the books? It's a government job. It's a way for them to get him to go to prison so that Mr. Nobody can break both of them out of prison. Because we gotta have Deckard Shaw on their side now so that they can get the job done. Because he's got a link to Cypher, of course he does. It's her fault that Owen went bad. How did he go bad? Now we know he's just a rogue person, and we sort of find out how he went bad in Hobbs and Shaw, which we'll get to that. But it's Cypher's fault that Owen went bad. Cypher is connected to everything since Fast and Furious, I believe. She's connected somehow, some way. They still end up stealing God's eye too, but she's connected. And again, I gotta point out convenience. She's conveniently connected to everything. It's convenient that she's the one that turned Owen Shaw bad. She made him a villain. Because apparently he's not a bad guy at all. It's convenient for her to have found out this little secret to get this and hold it against Dominic. It's all very convenient. How did she find out about this? What's going on? What's the connection? How does she know that Dom's connected? It's the whole thing. This little secret, okay? Elena has a baby, and it's Dominic's son. And the way they explain it is that apparently it wasn't, when she found out she was pregnant, he had already gone off to get Letty back. And he was going to tell Dom after the... She was going to tell Dom after the... his honeymoon with Letty was over. Okay. So, I pay attention to how baby looks maybe... I'd say about the same age as Jack was in the last one. So maybe 2 years old. So, time does move through this franchise. The one thing I asked when I remember I was seeing this, was she pregnant when she flew out the window with Hobbs? Because I would see that maybe that could have been a problem, but maybe she wasn't. If it was 2 years. But then again, how long has it been between movies? If it's 2 years, that baby should be 4. He didn't look older than 2. So it's confusing. And they dropped this baby in there out of nowhere. And by the end of this, you realize the only reason they added the baby was not only as a reason to get Dom to turn evil, but as a way to pay homage to Paul Walker. Because she says she calls the baby Marcos, but he can call him whatever he wants. And just what do you think Dominic names him? Brian. I mean, it's great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's one of the good things about this movie. It's good. It's a great thing. Paying homage to Paul Walker. I thought they were going to call him Paul, but Brian makes more sense in the context of the movie. So, now, after the events at the beginning where Dom turns on them, Mr. Nobody says that, because Roman tries to leave, and Mr. Nobody says that everyone has been blacklisted. Like, they're automatically back to being criminals again. The only person that the cops saw was Hobbs. They didn't see the face of anyone else there and could not possibly know who else was there. There's no way. Besides Hobbs and Dominic, there's no way they knew who anyone else was there. They couldn't prove it was any of them. They could assume, it's probably his team, but they could not be 100% sure it was them. All of a sudden, now they're blacklisted. They're criminals again. And they say that Hobbs is cleared by the end of this, but they don't talk about... So either he was lying about it, or it was true. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that Mr. Nobody himself made them criminals, so they'd have to comply. But that makes no sense. The rest of this movie doesn't make any sense either. But so, even though Dominic is being blackmailed by Cypher, he's still trying to figure out a way to get this done. While on a mission, he does this where he's got engine trouble. He puts the hood up. There's a truck that backs up, and he goes to talk to it's not. I have to look here for it, I think. Helen Mirren, who plays Magdalene Shaw, Deckard and Owen's mother. Now, I need to tell you how the movie begins. Now, I didn't mention this in the last one, but I said that Fast and Furious 6 has my favorite opening, like the best opening. Second best is the opening for Furious 7, where Deckard Shaw is standing at the window, and he's talking to Owen, who's unconscious in the bed. And then as he's leaving he goes to turn to leave, music starts playing, and the payback, or whatever. And you see all the damage that he did going in. Great opening. This opening, I don't know where to put this, but I guess I could do a ranking of the openings for the Fast and Furious franchise. This one, to me, it takes place in somewhere in the Brazil, Rio area, Central America, sort of, because they go back to living there. But Dominic's cousin is there, and Dominic makes a bet with this one guy with a beard that he can win the race in his cousin's piece of shit car, and he hooks up Nas to it, and he does win, but the car gets totaled. And then for Pinks or whatever, the guy goes to hand him his car. He says, "Keep your car. I'll take the respect." Because he got his respect too. And then Dom gives his car to his cousin. I told you about this because that plays into later. As it turns out, everything was set up. Shaw gets killed in the middle of this film. I'm like, okay. what was the point of getting him out of prison if he was going to die? I'm like, he can't be dead. Something's got to be going on. He went to his mother. Something's got to be going on. It's because there's this. I remember sitting there in the theater. There's these two guys. They're parachuting down on the plane while everything's going down in the climax. Coming down in the plane, they're paratrooping down or whatever, down in the plane, and they land. And I go, okay, one of them is Ian Shaw. Or Ian. He was originally supposed to be named Ian Shaw. And I keep trying to tell myself that's not his name. One of them's going to be Deckard Shaw. Who's the other one? Is it his mother? I actually thought it was going to be Leo and Santo. Because I knew they were going to have a cameo in this. I'm like, it's going to be Leo and Santo. What are they going to do against armed men? Why would they send Leo and Santo? My God, if I didn't almost shit my pants. When it was Deckard Shaw, I knew he was going to pop up again. But the other one was Owen Shaw. And yes, he's got scars on his face from what happened in Fast and the Furious 6. And they're both there helping Don to get the baby back. You got Owen having the pilot at gunpoint. And this whole time, Deckard, I keep wanting to call him Ian. He was originally supposed to be named Ian, but they changed it to Deckard. Deckard has the baby, and he put the headphones on the baby, and he's playing the Chipmunks the whole time. And he's beating up bad guys. And there was one scene that I laughed at my ass off at, where he beats up this one guy, and he goes, looks at the baby and goes, "Is that you?" Or him. Him. Good. It's funny. Yeah, he saves the baby, but Cypher gets away because we gotta build that next film. And, yeah. They saved the day, actually. We don't see Owen again. We don't see the mother again, but we do see Deckard later. The climax of this film takes place in Russia on what is totally ice with nukes underneath. And it's just boom, 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 boom shot. Once Don finds out that his baby is safe, he beats the hell out of the guy he's supposed to be working with. He turns against Cypher and he goes back with the rest of the team. And it's great to see that. So the movie ends. It's a great film. I love the climax of this film. Just the whole, the ice thing. And Roman is the unsung hero of the franchise. Let me tell you. He's funny as hell. Like, at the end, he's like, I gotta get my young selfie up. We go to selfie. And Scott Eastwood's in this film. And he goes, "This is classified." He goes, "Not today." Takes a picture. Scott Eastwood, at first, when I saw this, I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. But at the end, I was great. He's great. I don't know what they're doing with the next one, because they don't have Kurt Russell, or I want Scott Eastwood to be part of this cast. I'm just saying, I want him to be a part of this. At the end, everybody's sitting at the table, including, I don't know about Deckard, but including the two government men. I want them both to be part of this franchise. Well, Kurt Russell's already established himself as part of this. He's even mentioned in Hobbs and Shaw. But I want Scott Eastwood's character to be not a replacement for Brian, but a part of the team. Because we need more team members. I mean, we got Natalie Manuel playing Ramsey. But we need more team members now. Because, especially since The Rock, Rock to Dwayne Johnson, and Jason Statham aren't coming back for 9. They're in their own little universe now with Hobbs and Shaw. They're in their own little spin-off franchise now. They're continuing that. So, they're not coming back. So, bring back Mr. Nobody. Bring back Scott Eastwood. Bring Lucas Black in. Hell, bring Bow Wow in. I'd love to see Bow Wow, interact with Taz and Roman. I would love that. I've wanted this for a while. Bring the Tokyo Drift people in with the regular crew. Bring them in. And it would be cool. Because, Dom's like, I think I can get us some help from Tokyo. And he brings in, maybe not everyone, but do a scene where you have, Natalie Kelly show up and he, kisses her goodbye. Because they're mostly together. So, have Sean and Twinkie show up. And they're like, what's he doing here? And they're like, we're a package deal. Wherever I go, he go. or whatever, And then Mr. Nobody comes in and says, I see your people from Tokyo has arrived. So is mine. And they go, what do you mean? Well, I thought we could use an extra hand. And brings in DK. That could be like a between the two. But to show that DK has respect for Sean because of what he did. And they can bring... Because here's my biggest problem with this fucking movie. Is by the end of the movie, there's respect shown between Dominic and... Between Dom and Deckard. And Deckard even jokes saying, I can't believe you called my mother. There's respect. It's almost like they're friends. There's just one problem. He fucking killed Han. Did this slip your mind or what? That's the biggest thing after this movie came out, that they were like okay with each other, was that he killed Han. He was trying to kill you. You can get over that. But he killed Han. Unless there's something else going on here, he killed Han. I don't think you can get over that. And that's like people saying, oh, Han's going to come back in 9. Something's got to go on. But now they've moved Jason Statham over. And if they didn't do Hobbs and Shaw first, because Fast and Furious 9 was supposed to come out in 2019. But they pushed it back because they wanted to do Hobbs and Shaw first. And now they've taken Hobbs and Shaw and pushed them out of the franchise, and they're doing their own little thing. So now, are they just going to ignore everything with Shaw because of this? Like, I don't even know what the story is going to be like. Because here's the thing. No one really knows what the story is going to be like until a trailer comes out with these movies. The only one we did know about was Fast 5. We knew that it was going to be a big team-up thing. And I think maybe Fast and Furious 6 we did know too. Was the last one that we knew. But we sort of knew Furious 7 was going to be about the Owen Shaw's brother get revenge. But we didn't know the whole thing because what happened with Paul Walker. Fate of the Furious, I had no idea what the story was going to be until the trailer came out. And... no idea what you gotta think there's gotta be a trailer for Fast and the Furious 9 soon. Or whatever they're gonna call it. Fine of the Furious. Something. Because Fate runs with 8, so... I don't know. You gotta believe there's gonna be a trailer soon. I mean, it comes out in May. It's January now as I'm recording this, so... I don't know, but that's the biggest thing that always bugged me about this movie is that they're suddenly okay with Deckard Shaw even though he killed Han. Did they just forget about that? I know that they just did that whole thing to kind of... so they can get past Tokyo Drift. But you can't just ignore that. It's the biggest thing that confused me. So, that kind of lowers down. I think Fate of the Furious gets a 7 out of 10 for me. It's a good film. It's just... there's problems. Continuity problems, he killed Han problems, just problems. 7 out of 10. What are your thoughts about Fate of the Furious? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.